Heritage Sports. We are here with another podcast talking about the recent hire of HBCU Bethune Cookman head coach Ed Reed. I mean, everyone's excited about the hire. My question is he the NFL player? There's a rumor out of Jackson State that they put an offer out to an NFL player. And I'm curious if that NFL player was Ed Reed. Because then it was really odd that name never came out. Like, I was like, who could it be? Would it be Eddie George? I know he's already coaching Tennessee State. Marshall Faulk was a finalist for the Southern job recently, the Southern University job. I was thinking, who could it be? And all of a sudden, an NFL great safety named Ed Reed became the head coach of Bethune Cookman. Ed does not need any introduction. First of all, he's a Louisiana kid. He's a Louisiana boy. And I'll just go over his coaching resume now. It's not as robust as one might think, but he does have some experience. Once he retired in 2013, he took a few years off. He then became a assistant defensive back coach for the Buffalo Bills. He worked under Rex Ryan for that season, and then he went on to Miami. He was the Miami Football Hurricanes chief of staff from 2020 to 2022. He started in January 30th, 2020, and he was hired by then coach Manny Diaz. But following the departure of Diaz, Reed stayed under the new coach, Mario Cristobal, but I guess this is a fantastic opportunity that he could not pass up. Bethune Cookman is a fine HBCU out there in Florida. It's in I don't know. It's closer to Jacksonville, I think, than it is to Miami. And everyone knows Ed Reed has Miami Hurricane ties. That's where he graduated. That's where he became a great and working on his craft. So I'm really interested. I'm really curious on how he's going to approach this opportunity and what his coaching style will be. Will he lean on his offensive coordinators? Will he be more of a defensive head coach, defensive-minded head coach? It's going to be interesting to see. But I do find it very interesting that an offer went out to a former NFL player at Jackson State University, and from my understanding, the deal just fell apart and the person didn't take it or whatever the case may be. Is this the person? I know we have some people, some insiders, that are on our channel. If you know, please let us know in the comments. But I mean, this is another great step for HBCUs, the greats to come back. Ed Reed's a Hall of Famer. He is a defensive player of the year. I mean, transformed the safety position. Came out of University of Miami as a Hurricane, went to the Baltimore Ravens, just created and conducted havoc for many, 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 many years. And then he played for the Jets, I believe, for like 1 or 2 seasons, and then he finished up, I believe, in Buffalo. And then he ended up coaching, for a season in Buffalo before Rex Ryan, went about his business. And, he's stayed around football and definitely knows it. And it's going to be interesting to see how he communicates and how he can operate in HBCUs. It's such a great day for Bethune Cookman. And it's crazy to think that, I'm not saying that I'm well aware that some HBCUs had former NFL players there. There's not a doubt about that. Whether it's Doug Williams, whether it was Tyrone Wheatley, and Eddie Robinson currently had Alabama State former NFL players. But I mean, elevated NFL players as far as Doug Williams, an MVP. But I'm talking about Hall of Fame players coming and lending their time and lending their resources and lending their connections. That's the biggest thing, the connections. If you don't think Ed Reed has connections in Baltimore or in New York, you're crazy, or even the Miami Hurricanes. He has connections all over the place where he can get resources to the college and get people to come, whether it's camps, whether that's getting coaches to come down to help with the kids that he already has, and he's going to be a fantastic recruiter. I think he's going to have to, get on the road more than he's accustomed to. So that should be interesting. It's been a while since he's been, NFL player going back and forth, because he can recruit Florida, but that is not going to do it. You're not going to be able to get all of Florida and be good with that. He's going to have to go into neighboring states. So it's going to be really, really cool. But y'all let me know what y'all think. And another big step, just another Hall of Fame defensive back coming into the HBCU space. It's crazy how Coach Prime started, with his foot in the door. Jackson State, then Eddie George came. Again, Marshall Falk almost came to Southern University. That would have been crazy. That would have been absolutely insane. I know he was in Grambling, but that would have been 3 Hall of Famers at one time, and now it would have been 4. But now, Ed Reed's going to make it his own thing. Anyway, Heritage Sports Podcast. Talk to y'all soon.